Okay, so finally, I am so sorry for all of the hassles. Hi, I'm Freya Davies, not a tech wizard at all. First ever live stream, half an hour late. Thank you for joining me on my channel, Balance-EFT, as we work through some... Oh my finally, God. I am so sorry for all of the hassles. Hi, I'm Freya Davies. Oh my God. Okay, we'll get there. This is live, I think so. Here we go, starting again. First, before we start tapping through issues around boundaries and so on, let's just take a couple of breaths together. Just ground in. I know I need it, and it's a nice way to connect virtually. So you can just put your hands over your heart, close your eyes if that feels good to you and it's safe to do so. And just taking a nice deep breath in, holding it, and blowing it out through your mouth. And a couple more nice deep breaths, allowing your tongue to relax on the floor of your mouth. And your shoulders relax, feeling your feet on the floor. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes if they were shut. So, welcome to all of those who are joining me live, and welcome to all of you out there in the future that are going to watch the replay. We're going to talk about boundaries. So I'm just going to talk and tap. You're welcome to just tap through the points. I'm just going to keep doing this. We call it talk and tap. Yeah, boundaries, really big deal for a lot of people, and that's perfectly normal. We know we need to set them, but it doesn't feel safe to, and that's because of childhood trauma. Nearly all of us have experienced childhood trauma, one way or another. Big T trauma, little t trauma. The body doesn't care, it just keeps the score. And now as adults, when we try to do something that reminds our body or our inner child of those situations, it brings up all of this resistance. A lot of people talk about narcissistic individuals, setting boundaries with them, but actually, often it's difficult to even set boundaries with healthy people. Hopefully have some healthy relationships, and sometimes it can be difficult to even set boundaries with them. And I'm being really thrown off balance by spending the last half hour trying to work out what I thought was all sorted. So when we've experienced trauma as a child, when we've been around unsafe environments and places, one of the most common responses for a child is to fawn. And you've probably heard of fawning as one of the stress responses. There's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. And I'm going to share something I heard from my coach recently, where somebody had asked for an explanation of what fawning was. And they said, purchasing safety with servitude. And I just think that sums it up. A child needs to be safe. And when they're not feeling safe, they'll do whatever it takes. So, that's sort of the beginning of it. I find that really powerful. And then now we find it showing up in ways where we're over-caring for people. We're too invested in what other people are doing and not looking after ourselves. People-pleasing. Chances are we never had boundaries modelled for us. And so before we start actually tapping around boundaries, I want to do some tapping, just some release tapping, just releasing whatever it might be that you're feeling as we're talking about boundaries. You might be thinking irritation because she's just releasing whatever might be standing in the way of you working on this issue. So please tune into your body, and do you feel anything in your stomach, or any kind of, when you think about setting boundaries, any kind of anxiety? And now we're just going to tap through. I release anything and everything that stands in the way of my inner peace. So please repeat after me. Just follow me on the points. I release anything and everything that keeps me from feeling ease in my body. I release anything and everything that stops me from setting boundaries. I release anything that stops me from speaking my truth. I release anything and everything that prevents me from being my authentic self. I release it from my mind. I release it from my heart. I release it from my energy field. Anything that stops me from receiving what I need, receiving help, receiving love, releasing health, receiving help, releasing anything that prevents me from receiving these things. I release anything and everything that stops me from creating my boundaries from anywhere in the universe. Anywhere. I release it from my past, my present, and my future. Okay, so now we're going to just move forward with tapping about boundaries themselves. I just want to go back to the release tapping that we did. Sometimes we kind of clear stuff, and then in a day or two you might be feeling things again, and that's normal. It's an ongoing thing. Stuff keeps coming back, and we can keep on working at it. It will keep on going. You'll go deeper. So just wanted to put that out there. And I'm just having a look to see if I've got anybody in the chat here. I thought I'd enabled chat. I think I'll stay away from tech. Okay, so I'd like you to think about setting a boundary with somebody in your life. Maybe there's somebody specific, or just in general, the thought of setting a boundary. And when you do that, what comes up for you? Where do you feel that in your body? For me, it's generally in my chest. It's where I feel things. That's a very common place to be feeling it, in the heart space. Could be your stomach. So just tune into that and connect. Is it anxiety? Is it fear? And then how strong is that? On a scale of 0 to 10, we take what we call a SUD score, subjective units of distress. So 10 being the highest and 0 being nothing at all. Your boundaries are fine and you don't need to be here. So just make a little note of that mentally or on a piece of paper and set it aside. And we'll just start tapping again. Even though I feel this anxiety in my chest, when I think of setting a boundary, so if you should be repeating this out loud after me. when I think of setting a boundary with this person, I'm safe right here and now. Even though I feel this fear in my chest. When I think of setting a boundary with this person. I'm willing to consider it might not be as scary as I think. And even though I feel this anxiety about setting boundaries, I might forgive myself for not being able to do it. This feeling in my chest, or wherever it is that you feel it, this anxiety, this fear, it wasn't safe to set boundaries. I don't feel like I can. They might get mad. They might not like me. I can't do it. And I feel this fear. And I'm safe right here and now. I'm tuning into that feeling in my chest. There it is. I can feel it. Just letting it know I'm safe. This feeling in my chest, this fear. This fear of setting boundaries. Makes sense. It wasn't safe. Just observing this feeling in my chest. Just breathing, and just being with your body. This fear. I'm safe right here and now. So now just checking in with yourself. How does that feel? Has that shifted at all? What happens when we're trying to set boundaries is that we're confronted by our inner child. They're frozen in time from all of the times where it wasn't safe. And for us to move forward as adults, smoothly and balance, we need to make peace. We need to reassure that inner child that we've got this. So I'm just going to take you through an exercise. I'd like you to close your eyes, if that feels good. And I want you to imagine you can see a child walking towards you. You can't see how old they are yet. That child is you. And as they come closer, you recognize that's you. And just notice what you're wearing. How old are you? What is the mood? How does your child look? And as they come closer, I want you to imagine that you're talking to them. Start a dialogue with them. And for this, we're going to tap on the side of the hand. I want you to use your dominant hand to tap with, the hand that you write. And I want you to just let them know that you're there for them. You can follow along with my words, my dialogue, or if you know what you want to say. This is very much about building a relationship. So, hey, little Freya. Obviously, your inner child is called something else. I just want to let you know I'm here. I'm you, all grown up. And I just want you to know that I love you. I know it's been really scary. And you've done really well figuring everything out on your own, but it's too much. That shouldn't have happened. But I'm here now. And I love you. And I'm going to look after you. I'm going to take care of everything. I'm really sorry about all of the things that have happened that shouldn't have happened. I hope you can trust me. It might take a while, and that's okay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for you. And now I just want you to switch to the other hand and just tuning in, seeing, do they have anything to say? This is where your inner child might respond. They might be ignoring you. That's kind of normal. They don't know who you are, like in this sense. But with practice, this builds and you can really dialogue. You can really create a relationship, which is incredibly healing. And it might be that they are looking curious, but just observe how they seem. And if they've got anything they want to say to you. And then switching back to the other hand, we just continue. I'm an adult and I'm going to take care of you. I've got this. You're safe with me. I know it's been really scary for you. You've had to do so much. And it's been so confusing. But you get to relax and play now. And know that you're safe. I see you. I hear you. And I love you. And I will always be here for you. And I know you've been doing so much, but you don't have to do this anymore because I'm the adult and I'm going to look after the adult relationships. You get to be a child. You get to go and play. Switching back to the other hand, just seeing, how do they seem? Has anything changed? We want them to know that what happened is the past, and this is the now. And as they let go, you can move forward without that tension. So hopefully your inner child is feeling safer and more validated now. And we'll just keep tapping through the points. Can you tune into that boundary that you wanted to set? Whatever the SUD score was before, on being able to set it. Does it feel safer now? And if it still doesn't feel safe, then don't start trying to put your boundary in. Do some more of this work. Keep working at it. Keep clearing this resistance and dialoguing with your inner child. Just simply just tapping and talking. before actually doing it. But for this space, we're going to I'll just show you how you can finish off, because then you can do this again. You can come back to this, and I'll cut out all the rubbish at the beginning. So now I want to check our VOC, which is just a fancy way for saying how true it is, the validity of cognition. So this is the opposite. So if you were to say, I can set this boundary now, does that feel true? A 10 would be, I'm absolutely going to go out there and I have no problem setting a boundary. 0, you've still got a lot of work to do. And so just be aware of that and see where that's at now. Make a note for yourself, and then we'll do some more tapping. So back to the side of the hand for another setup statement. Even though it might be safer for me to set this boundary now, I'm willing to consider it might be safer for me. And I accept myself as I am. And even though it might be a little easier to set this boundary, I might have more work to do. And I'm willing to consider it might get safer and easier. And even though it is getting a little safer, I'm going to hold myself in compassion for how hard this has been. It's been really scary, the thought of setting boundaries. Maybe I didn't even know I was scared. I just couldn't do it. And that makes sense. But now I'm more aware. And I'm letting my body know that it is safe. I might not do it perfectly. But I'm willing to try. Because I understand how important this is for me. It's been so scary. I just couldn't do it. But I'm willing to try. I'm feeling safer. I'm feeling stronger. I'm feeling clearer. And I have compassion for myself and for my inner child. And I'm safe right here and now. So, how does that feel? Has that VOC changed at all? Does it feel true that you could set a boundary? I really hope this has helped you a little, and I will create more of these live streams as I get my tech more organized. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you watching me bumble my way through my first live stream. So thank you. Bye.